Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's BornFree here, and I am with none other than the famous commentator, greatest commentator known to mankind. So he tells me. Tasty Steve. I would shake your hand, but I'm like, my hands are kind of full right now.
You're being a rookie with this phone stuff again. I've been
reading my tweets because they're a little bit more interesting. No, I'm just kidding. I actually really wanted to interview a commentator. We now know like who are the kind of like the good commentators who we want to hear talk to, and when you see bad commentators on stream, the chat is just like full of. How did you get into commentary?
Oh wow. I had just moved to California actually. Went to Super Arcade. And they were doing Electric Wind Godfist Fridays, which is a Tekken stream. And one of the guys, one of my friends watching, told somebody else to tell the guy running it to put me on. And they put me on. And apparently people really liked it because, you know, here I stand. So that's basically, yeah. And then it happened in Wednesday Night Fights too, and that's kind of the takeoff.
That's when it took off, yeah. Because you and Sajam are a good pair. Was it all natural, or was there a point where you said, okay, I'm going to take this a little bit more seriously? And if so, what did you do?
Well, the thing is I like to tell people, I really like to actually talk about games. Like, I like to talk about games, one. Two, I play a lot of fighting games. So I feel like that part came naturally. The commentating with other people and who I commentate with, small tangent, you can't commentate with everybody. I can't commentate with everybody, and it's something that it definitely has to be worked on. It's a growing thing, especially now that people actually sometimes they need it. And like you said, it's a role in the FGC when playing games, but it's definitely something that you get better with over time, because I feel like I need to improve, and I'm always improving, and I was definitely a lot worse at first, so I feel like I've come a long way. So
do you watch back your commentary?
Not all the time. Only when I feel like I've done a really bad job. Like, there's a couple that I would like to legitimately, I wish I could just like rewind it and be like, let's run that again. Like if it was a movie. I wish I can do that with commentary, but we're always live, so.
Okay, so if somebody was like thinking, you know what, I wouldn't mind doing some commentary, like do you have any advice for them?
I would say, the best advice I can give anybody that wants to be a commentator, who wants to get into commentary no matter what game it is you have to make sure you enjoy the game. You have to. Doesn't mean you're going to be a natural, doesn't mean it's going to work, but no one's going to believe your commentary if you don't believe in yourself. You have to be able to exude that excitement, in my personal experience. And I would say you have to speak to people as if they don't know. And they do know. It's like a heavy balance. You have to say, you need to be able to talk to everybody at once. That's basically what it is.
And you need to be able to simplify complex things, right?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of lumps into that, because you have to be able to say, hey, guy who's never played the game before, hey, guy who's better than me, look at this. Like, you're literally doing this and narrowing their vision to focus on one thing. Even more so, I feel like some players have told me, they was like, hey, your commentary actually made me pay attention to things that I wasn't paying attention to while I was playing. So that is something that makes me feel like I'm headed in the right direction when it comes to commentary. That
makes sense. Do you do a lot of research on like frame data and stuff like that?
I do. I feel like you have to. The thing about it is like sometimes when it comes to narrowing that vision of people who play and those who don't, you still have to be able to say what is good and what is bad. My kind of shortcut, like my commentator's secret is saying, hey, he didn't punish that. Like, or hey, that wasn't the right thing to do. Or he could have done this. You don't need to go into a full-blown explanation. You can allude to it and say, hey, there's more to that than just that. And you can actually that's a broad kind of thing. You can say, hey, look at this. Did you see that? That's something you shouldn't normally do, but it's one of those things that you have to take into scope. Knowing frame data I feel like it is very important. Just as important as actually playing the game.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to relate that to everybody watching, not just the end, not just the middle, but everybody watching. So you kind of make it a broader thing. So it's just like, hey, there's water. Hey, there's cold water. Just so happens I'm thirsty. Let me go get some of this cold water. You have to be able to narrow it for everybody involved.
Okay. Yeah, and you did actually get water at Combo Breaker, I seem to
Yeah.
how do you feel about the game in general right now?
I really like Street Fighter V. Like, I genuinely like Street Fighter V. Street Fighter 4 is one of those games that, like, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. It was like,
Why?
like the system itself, I felt like it was a lot of like backwards mechanics in that game. Like, you can do stuff with certain characters. It was harder, but it took away less damage than the easier combos and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, and just the overall mechanics, the revenge factor, like it didn't mesh well.
Yeah, the
with
ultras
me.
are pretty strong.
Yeah, like I personally didn't like that, so it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. On top of that, like, I'm kind of a story guy, and having all those characters and not having a comprehensive story kind of made me turn away even faster. So, but as far as 5 is concerned, I feel like it's one of the better things that can happen, especially the Street Fighter. I feel like the fact that the game is it's not even simple, it's just intermediate level, means that anybody can pick it up, and given the right amount of time, they're going to be able to do good stuff. But the player that puts in double that amount of time is going to know how to fight. They're going to know how to fight, and they're going to know how to punish. Street Fighter 5 having legitimate punishes to certain options and situations in that game makes that game so much better than me. It reminds me of Tekken, and that's another reason why I continue to play Street Fighter 5, not just commentate it. Like, any game that I commentate, I play it. So the fact of the matter is, like, Street Fighter 5 has, to me, the gameplay itself, combo-wise, the ceiling's pretty low, but the gameplay aspect of it, where it comes to players, is ridiculously high. Like, players like Justin, who win all these tournaments, not only win tournaments, but they like their character. The game's really good, and I feel like all it takes is for somebody to put in the right amount of time, and there goes the Justin Wong castle. It can crumble just the same.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
there's a lot, like, this game brings so much to the table, more than just, you know, a not finished story mode, a not finished arcade mode, and all that stuff. It's a really good competitive game. It's a really good competitive game.
So, forgot to mention, this is actually E3.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's so exciting. I love E3. So, tell me, how's your E3? There's a lot of fighting games going on.
I am super, super excited. You guys can't see it, but you can see, like, the Capcom Resident Evil house for Resident Evil 7 right here. Then you got Monster Hunter Generations right there. You got the Square Enix booth with nothing but, like, Kingdom Hearts and, like, Final Fantasy. And then you got, like, Maximum Games. I don't even know what the hell that is. But to my left is this virtual reality porn thing. And this line is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's had the longest line all weekend. And it's kind of crazy. But
Future of virtual. That's the
the
future of virtual reality. The future of virtual reality is clear to me.
we
After watching this line,
Yeah, it is ridiculous. And I haven't seen people this happy in a long time, standing in a line. It's ridiculous. But no, when it comes to E3, like, just the view alone, I'm a really big gamer. Not only fighting games, I play a lot of games. So coming here and being able to see all these games in motion, Mafia 3, Injustice 2, that game Steep by Ubisoft, just everything.
That looks sick. I took a video of that.
It's good, right? Yeah. Snowboarding games have been so long gone that, like, seeing Steep and giving you this option to play with your friends, that is crazy. Like, I would do that. As a black guy, I wouldn't personally go out there and ski, but I'd be damn sure to do it in video game form. I will so do that.
Me too. It's a bit cold out there. I'd rather just play the video game, to be honest.
Exactly, right? I can go skiing in my underwear. I think that's dope.
Yeah, I can do way more tricks like via video games. So yeah.